Hi there, everybody. I am back in Southern California. It is a beautifully hot day. It's quite humid. And this is episode 41 of the VictorPrep Vocab podcast. Welcome back. And let's start by reviewing the words of episode 40. Those were solipsism. Solipsism is the view or idea that only the self can be known to exist. But it is also the quality of being self-centered or selfish or being very self-absorbed. So you could say someone is solipsistic. A Philistine, that is a person who is hostile or indifferent to culture and the arts. Legerdemain, that is sleight of hand or trickery, perhaps being pickpocketed. And peregrinate, that means to travel or wander from place to place. Could also mean a journey. So I'm going to try a slightly different format today. First I'm going to cover all the words, then I'm going to go over them individually, and then I'm going to repeat all the words again as normal, and then do the test sentences. So our 4 words for today are lament, ephemeral, conciliatory, and implicit. Lament, that's a passionate expression of grief or sorrow. Ephemeral, that means lasting for a very short time. Conciliatory, that is when you intend to pacify someone, calm someone down, or become close again with someone who perhaps was angry at you. And implicit is something that is implied, but it's not actually plainly expressed. So, let's go over these words in more depth. The first word is lament. Lament. L-A-M-E-N-T. Lament. A lament, and it is a noun, is a passionate expression of sadness or sorrow. So, if you hear someone crying out loud or wailing or otherwise making some sort of expression that shows how sad they are, how upset they are, that is a lament. You could think of perhaps someone singing an incredibly sad song because someone died, for example. That would be a lament. Some synonyms of lament are wail, lamentation, moan, moaning, weeping, crying, or sobbing. You can imagine a bird singing a sad lament when he discovers that his mate has died. Our second word is ephemeral. Ephemeral. That is spelled E-P-H-E-M-E-R-A-L. Ephemeral. Ephemeral is quite simple. It means lasting for a very short time. So you could say that the blink of an eye is ephemeral. It lasts for a very short time. So some synonyms are transitory, transient, fleeting, short-lived, momentary, or simply brief or short. So you can imagine a relationship that lasts a very short amount of time. Say you meet a girl, you go on a few dates, then decide, oh, we're not for each other. That relationship is ephemeral. If you live in England, you might think that the summer seems ephemeral because in England we tend to get so few actually sunny days. So it seems like you have spring, you have an extremely short or ephemeral summer, and then it's windy, it's cold, it's raining, and it's autumn. Our third word is conciliatory. Conciliatory. That is spelled C-O-N, con, C-I-L-I-A, cilia, T-O-R-Y, Tory. Conciliatory. To be conciliatory means you are trying to calm someone down who perhaps is angry, or you're trying to win someone's favor or win the goodwill of someone So if you've upset someone or made them angry and you're trying to be conciliatory with them, you're maybe talking to them in a positive way, trying to make them forgive you, or maybe you bring them a gift or you give them a hug, anything to calm them down or to bring peace between the two of you. Some synonyms of conciliatory are propitiatory, placatory, appeasing, pacifying, mollifying, or peacemaking. And this word comes from Latin, and the actual Latin meaning of the word is to bring together, which basically means what it does mean now. So if you're being conciliatory, you're trying to bring yourself back together with someone, basically. And our final word is implicit. Implicit. That's spelled IMPLICIT. Implicit. Implicit means something which is implied, though it's not clearly expressed. So, when you're at school and your teacher is describing something or explaining something, it's usually implicit that students are not meant to talk. But usually no one explains that to you. It's just something you realize. When the teacher is talking, the children do not talk amongst themselves. In America, the tipping culture at restaurants is a little bit different to that in the UK. In the UK, often you go to a restaurant, you won't tip. It's something you can do if it's a very good experience, but you don't have to. In America, it's implicit that you tip. When you get your check or receipt at a restaurant, it will have a little guide usually on how much you should tip. And it will say 15%, that's $10, 20%, that's $15 or whatever. So it's implicit that you tip, but it never actually says you must tip somewhere. So it's not plainly expressed that you have to tip, but it's strongly implied or implicit that you tip. And the people who work at the restaurant will undoubtedly be angry at you if you do not tip. So some synonyms of implicit are implied, hinted at, suggested, or insinuated. And you might try and think of some other things in life that are implicit but not clearly expressed. That is something that you sort of just know that you have to do without ever being clearly told, this is what you have to do, or this is how this thing works. So, our 4 words today were lament. That is a passionate expression of grief or sorrow. Imagine someone crying or wailing, showing how sad they are. Ephemeral. That means lasting for a very, very short amount of time. Conciliatory. That means intending to pacify someone, to appease someone, perhaps someone you made angry and you're trying to calm them down. And implicit. Implicit means implied or hinted at, but never clearly expressed. Now I have the test sentences for you guys. These are 4 sentences which hint or refer to the words we've used today without using those words. After waking up, Jack had some brief flashes of his dreams, but couldn't remember anything more. Sarah spent a long time pondering over how to make peace with her husband after accidentally dropping and destroying his prize-winning watermelon. The young wolf howled all night after his mother died while hunting. It was obvious, given the fences, that it was forbidden to walk on the grass, but Danny decided that he didn't care and was going to climb over anyway. So guys, those were our words for today. I hope they've all sunk somewhat deep into your memory and you don't forget them, but of course we'll go over them next time. If you have any comments, questions for me, please tweet at me at samfold. You can also email me at sam.fold@gmail.com. I will always get back to everyone, although sometimes it takes time. I'm a bit bad with email sometimes because I get so many. And obviously I have work as well to deal with, and my life is quite busy. So apologies if I don't get to you super quickly. I basically do a review every so often where I'll go through all the emails I'm yet to respond to and try and fix all that up. So yeah, apologies for that. But yeah, I really do appreciate it. I do enjoy doing the podcast and I love hearing from people. So definitely get in touch, and please, if you can, leave a review on the iTunes page. That just helps promote the podcast a little bit and gets other people to listen to it too. So that's really appreciated. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.